Maverick Traders. This is your currency recap for October 28th. Corey with you. So we're going to take a look at meaningful news. There's actually some volatility returning in the FX space, which is nice to see, and we've got some trade setups for you today.
Disclaimer. This video was created for professional Forex and crypto traders. Maverick Currencies is a proprietary trading firm that employs professional traders around the world. Our traders trade firm capital and keep 70 to 80% of profits they generate. All trades and analysis in this video are for professional traders only. If you are interested in becoming a professional Forex and currency trader for Maverick, click the apply button in the video description. Let's break down what happened today.
So if we look at movement, you can look at the percentage price action moves, and it was a little bit calm. I mean, I wouldn't say that things were flying all over the place, but when we dig below the surfaces and look at the charts, there is some movement there. So equities are a little bit of a calm before the storm. Oil prices got blasted lower, but currencies are starting to move in directional trends. Now, if we look at the performance, Japanese yen is weaker, Aussie's weaker, and I like the chart of Aussie a little bit better on the downside. That's the same message I had last week, and that's working. Look, shorting Aussie is going to work until it doesn't, and just as we said last week, that continues to work. On the upside, got a few different candidates to look at, and we'll look at them a little bit more closely. So equities, calm before the storm, but FX and crypto starting to move. Oil is just getting hammered, and this has been the case since it really came to markets' realization that the Israeli forces were not going to directly hit Iranian oil strategic areas, and so that has really caused a lot of pressure on oil. Cryptocurrencies moving nicely higher today. And again, they look like sustained trends. They don't look like exhaustion type of moves. So we'll take a closer look. Now, if we go to equities, we're still in an uptrend, but this is the one market where if you're trading stocks, we are in a calm. We're not really doing much in stocks. The S&P is basing here. Could break out either way, but this seems to be an area of less interest. Now, if we look at FX, we've got some things to pay attention to. We've got Bank of Japan coming out on Wednesday. We've got PCE, which is an inflation number for the Fed to look at. And then we've got non-farm payrolls, which is another driver. And so we really have the two Fed mandates, right? Price stability and full employment. And then next, not this week, but next, you've got the presidential election on Tuesday. You've got the FOMC meeting on Thursday of next week. Usually it's on a Wednesday, but this week it's going to be on a Thursday. Expect a lot of volatility through those events next week. So let's look at currencies and why I'm kind of excited. We normally say that if you're more in this realm, we're really not interested in trading you. So most of crypto, Canadian dollar, it's just, I mean, CAD is going nowhere right at this moment. You might look at that as a positive, how bad oil is doing, but it's just really not volatility. There is just not there, no momentum. But notice on the bullish side, I'm going to highlight the Swiss franc, but just a peg below. You've got British pound, you've got euro, you've got US dollar. US dollar was strong last week, it's strong this week. And then Bitcoin stands above the rest, and I'll talk about why. On the bearish side, you've got to be looking at yen and Kiwi, but my favorite short is the Aussie. So let's look at a couple of these charts, especially on the bigger movers. Here's what I like about Bitcoin above the rest. It's cleared resistance. If you look at Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, they have not cleared the prior resistance back from a few days ago. Bitcoin is the only one to have done that, and it still has that velocity. Notice upward sloping moving averages above parabolic SARs, upward sloping on the RSI. Everything has the momentum behind it, price action solid, and we've cleared resistance. So to my eye, I really like in crypto land going to Bitcoin, going specifically to the biggest crypto out there right now, has the momentum. And we're looking at currencies, Swiss franc. Again, you're through any resistance zones, you're bullish, you're bullish, you're bullish. It just looks strong, healthy, everything you want to see. The only reason I gave, just a slight touchdown on the US dollar or pound or euro, they're +2 bordering on +3, but in most of those cases they have a little bit more resistance overhead or something that's a little bit more of a concern. So I really like Swiss francs charts for momentum. And then Aussie, the gift that keeps on giving here, continues to make lower highs, lower lows, recently broke to new lows. And look, it's on a sell, on a sell, on a sell. It's just acting poorly. It continues to trend lower. You go where the momentum is, and there's certainly momentum on the downside on Aussie. So, you could play a short Aussie, long Swiss franc type of trade. If you don't love the Swiss franc, short Aussie and against the US dollar, the euro, or the pound would be pretty solid as well. Remember that next week is really the week where we're going to see some fireworks. We got presidential election results, FOMC. There could be riots. There could be things that the election's being contested. It could go to the courts. I mean, there's all sorts of possible outcomes into next week. So just be aware of we've got a little bit more calm this week before we get into that next week. Hope you enjoyed today's currency recap. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you next time.